Hey everyone, and welcome back to Twisted Reddit Tales. Before we dive into today's story, if you enjoy this kind of content, please take a quick second to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I sat in my office cubicle, staring at the computer screen, when my phone buzzed. Her name flashed across the display, and I smiled instinctively. We'd been together for 2 years now, and every call from her still made my heart skip a beat. "Hey beautiful," I answer, expecting her usual cheerful voice. "You need to come home, right now." Her voice was different, urgent, almost panicked. "What's wrong? Are you okay?" I stood up, already grabbing my jacket. "Just come, please. If you don't come now, something terrible will happen." "I can't explain on the phone. I'm leaving right now. I'll be there in 20 minutes. The line went dead. My hands trembled as I shoved my phone into my pocket. 20 minutes felt like an eternity as I navigated through the afternoon traffic, my mind racing with worst-case scenarios. Was someone breaking in? Was she hurt? Had something happened to her family? I ran 3 red lights. I didn't care. The woman I loved needed me. When Ashley pulled up to the apartment building where she lived, the place that had become my second home over the past 2 years, everything looked normal from the outside. No police cars, no ambulances, no signs of danger. I took the stairs 2 at a time, my heart pounding in my chest. I burst through her door, which she'd left unlocked for me, and stopped dead in my tracks. The apartment was transformed. Rose petals created a pathway from the entrance to the dining table. Candles flickered on every surface, casting a warm, romantic glow across the room. Soft music played from somewhere, and the aroma of my favorite dish, beef Wellington, filled the air. The table was set with fine china I'd never seen before, crystal wine glasses, and a bottle of expensive champagne chilling in an ice bucket. She emerged from the bedroom, and I forgot how to breathe. She wore a stunning red dress that hugged her curves perfectly, her hair styled in loose waves, makeup flawless. She looked like she'd stepped out of a magazine. "Surprise," she smiled. That beautiful smile that had captured my heart 2 years ago. What is all this?" I managed to say, still taking in the scene. She walked over to me, placing her hands on my chest. "It's our anniversary, 2 years today. I wanted to do something special for you, but you sounded so scared on the phone. I thought something was wrong. I thought you were in danger." She laughed, a tinkling sound that usually made me melt. "I'm sorry. I panicked because I thought you might have to work late, and I needed you here at the right time. I couldn't let you miss this." I pulled her into my arms, relief washing over me. "You terrified me. I know. I'm sorry. But you're here now. Come, sit down. Everything's ready." She led me to the table, and I noticed an envelope propped against one of the wine glasses with my name written on it in elegant calligraphy. The setup must have cost a fortune. The candles alone looked expensive, not the cheap ones from the grocery store, but luxury brands. The champagne was Dom Perignon. The flowers were fresh orchids and roses, arranged professionally. "This must have cost you a lot," I said, knowing she worked as a receptionist and didn't make much money. "You shouldn't have spent so much. You're worth it," she said, pouring champagne into our glasses. "You've given me the best 2 years of my life. I wanted to give you something special in return." We sat down, and she brought out course after course, appetizers, soup, salad, the main course, each one perfectly prepared. She'd either been cooking all day or had it catered. Given the complexity of the dishes, I suspected the latter. "Open the envelope," she urged as we finished the main course. I reached for it, curious about what could be inside. But just as my fingers touched the paper, a loud knock echoed through the apartment. We both froze. "Are you expecting someone?" I asked. Her face had gone pale. "No. No one knows you're here." The knocking came again, more insistent this time. "I'll get it," I said, standing up. "Wait." She started, but I was already walking to the door. I opened it to find a man standing in the hallway. He was about my age, maybe a few years older, dressed in an expensive tailored suit. His hair was styled perfectly, and he carried a leather briefcase. He looked like he'd just stepped out of a business meeting. "Can I help you?" I asked. His eyes moved past me, into the apartment, and his face hardened. "I need to speak with her." "Who are you?" "I should be asking you that question." His voice was cold now. "Who are you? And what are you doing in this apartment?" I heard movement behind me. She had stood up from the table, her face now completely drained of color. "Do you know this man?" I turned to ask her. She opened her mouth but no words came out. The man pushed past me, walking into the apartment. I should have stopped him, but something in his demeanor, the way he moved, the authority in his step made me hesitate. "What the hell is this?" he said, looking at the romantic setup. Then his eyes landed on the table, on the envelope with my name on it. He walked over and picked it up, opened it before I could protest. Inside was a check. I could see it from where I stood. The amount made my stomach drop. $50,000. "This was supposed to be for you," the man said, his voice breaking. "Your anniversary gift." "From me? I don't understand," I said, though somewhere deep inside, I was beginning to. He reached into his briefcase and pulled out a folder, tossing it onto the table. Photographs spilled up, wedding photos. Of him and her. He pulled out a marriage certificate. Their names were on it, dated 3 years ago. "I'm her husband," he said quietly. The room spun. I grabbed the back of a chair to steady myself. "That's not possible," I said, but even as the words left my mouth, I was looking at the evidence. The photos were real, the certificate looked official. "We've been married for 3 years, he continued, his voice gaining strength, though pain laced every word. "We have a son, he's 2 years old. He's with my mother right now." "No," I shook my head. "No, this is some kind of mistake. Tell him." I turned to her. "Tell him this is a mistake." She was crying now, mascara running down her cheeks, but she said nothing. "I work overseas," the man continued, "technology consultant. I'm gone for months at a time, working in Singapore, Tokyo, London. I send money home every month, thousands of dollars. I thought it was going to our family, to our future. This apartment," he gestured around. "I pay for it, the furniture. Me, her car. Me. Everything she has, I've provided." I felt sick. I came home early to surprise her, for our anniversary. Our real anniversary, which was last week, but she told me she was visiting her sick mother, so I waited. I wanted to plan something special, and then a friend of mine sent me a photo. He'd seen her at a restaurant with another man. "With you, I'm assuming." He pulled out his phone, showed me a photo. It was us, from 2 weeks ago, at an Italian restaurant downtown. We were holding hands across the table, laughing at something. "I hired a private investigator," he said. "Cost me $5,000, but I got my answer. Everything, every lie. Every time she told me she was somewhere else, she was with you. Every dollar I sent home, she was spending on you. The beef Wellington night eaten threatened to come back up." I looked at the expensive champagne, the crystal glasses, the fine china, all paid for by him. The romantic evening I thought she'd planned for me, for us, was bought with her husband's money. His sweat, his sacrifice. "How long?" I asked her, my voice barely a whisper. She wiped her tears, but still couldn't speak. "Answer him," her husband demanded. 2 years, she finally whispered. 2 years, I repeated. The entire length of our relationship, every moment I'd thought was special, every word of love, every promise, all of it built on a foundation of lies. "Did you know?" her husband asked me. "Did you know she was married?" "No," I said firmly. "I swear to God, I had no idea." He studied my face for a long moment, then nodded slowly. "I believe you. She's good at this. Very good. She told me she needed money for her mother's medical bills, for her brother's tuition, for home repairs. I sent everything she asked for because I loved her, because I trusted her." I walked to the table and picked up the check, $50,000, made out to her, signed by him. What was this for? I was going to ask her to come overseas with me, take our son, start fresh somewhere new. That was going to be our new beginning money. To help with the transition, to buy whatever she needed. The cruelty of it hit me like a physical blow. He was trying to save his marriage, to bring his family together, and she was here, planning to celebrate an affair anniversary with his money. "I need to leave," I said, putting the check back on the table. "Wait," she finally found her voice. "Please, let me explain." "Explain what?" I cut her off. "That you're married, that you have a child, that everything about us was a lie. I love you," she said desperately. "What we have is real. My marriage was over before I met you. We were just going through the motions. Don't you dare." Her husband's voice cracked like a whip. Don't you dare say our marriage was over. I've been working myself to death to provide for you, to give our son a good life. Every day I'm away from my family, I'm counting down the hours until I can come home. And you," his voice broke. I couldn't watch anymore. I grabbed my jacket and headed for the door. "Please," she grabbed my arm. "Don't go. We can talk about this." I pulled away from her touch. "There's nothing to talk about. You're married. You have a child." I don't even know what I was. A game, a distraction. "You were more than that." "I was a fool," I said. "We both were." I looked at her husband. "I'm sorry. I truly didn't know," he nodded, too broken to speak. I left the apartment and didn't look back. I could hear her crying, calling my name, but I kept walking. Down the stairs, out of the building, into my car. I drove aimlessly for hours, my mind trying to process everything that had just happened. Every memory was tainted now. Every "I love you" was a lie. Every time she said she was busy or couldn't see me, she was probably with her family. Her real family, the family I never knew existed. I thought about the husband, flying across the world, working long hours in foreign countries, sacrificing time with his son, all to provide for a woman who was betraying him with every breath. I thought about the child, a 2-year-old boy who would grow up in a broken home because of choices his mother made. And I thought about myself, how easily I'd been deceived, how I'd never questioned why she could never stay the night, why I'd never met her family, why she was always vague about her past. The signs had been there, but I'd been too blinded by what I thought was love to see them. The worst part was realizing that I'd been complicit in breaking a family apart, even if I hadn't known it. That little boy would suffer, that man would carry this betrayal for the rest of his life, and I had been the instrument of their pain. However unwitting, I never saw her again. I blocked her number, deleted every photo, threw away every gift. It took months to feel normal again, to trust my own judgment. That the lesson stayed with me, carved deep into my soul. Betrayal is never one-sided. When you participate in deception knowingly or not, someone somewhere is paying the price. A partner waiting at home, a child wondering why mommy or daddy seems sad, a person working hard, sacrificing, trusting, while their world crumbles without their knowledge. That knock on the door changed everything for all three of us. For him, it was confirmation of his worst fears. For her, it was the moment her web of lies finally collapsed. For me, it was a harsh awakening to the reality that sometimes the love you think you've found is built entirely on someone else's suffering. The truth always comes knocking, and when it does, it doesn't matter how many rose petals you've scattered, how many candles you've lit, or how expensive the champagne is. All the beautiful lies burn away, and you're left standing in the ashes of what you thought you knew, forced to face who you really are and what you've really done. I learned that day that if something seems too good to be true, if pieces of someone's life don't quite fit together, if there are questions that never get answered, there's probably a reason. And that reason, when it finally reveals itself, can destroy more than just one relationship. It can shatter multiple lives, break a family, and scar a child who never asked to be part of this tragedy. The knock that came that evening wasn't just on her door. It knocked on my conscience, on my understanding of trust and love, on my ability to see clearly through the haze of emotion. And I've carried the echo of that knock with me ever since, a reminder that sometimes the most romantic gestures are paid for with the most devastating betrayals.